What's up? Nobody's on now, but I don't know if you can see it. I'm just watching the waves. It's been a hell of a day, and my girlfriend's out of town, and Brad, my sales coach and Authority Accelerator, he's my neighbor, but he went to some type of training, some type of sales training. What's up, Avery? Good to see you, man. But it was a really awesome day where we just passed the $1 million run rate mark for 30 days. And the first time we've done that as a company. And it only took a year and a half, which is crazy, from zero. And it only took like going from zero from my Facebook group to 50K for 4 months, in 4 months. It's been fucking amazing just how this journey has panned out, and I'd love to offer some inspiration to any of you guys. If you're struggling right now, just align yourself with the right people and really listen. I went to Landmark, and it really transformed how I look at things. I was doing some things pretty well and some things pretty shitty, but like, you get to differentiate what's your story in your head. And what's up, Dennis? What's up, Nathan? Welcome to GGMB, Nathan. John, what's up, man? Avery, love the hearts. But have any of you guys been to Landmark? What's up, Brian? It was pretty cool. But it teaches you to take yourself out of your story and more into like what's actually happening, and just look at what's actually fucking happening and stop filling yourself with the drama in your head. And when you can go back to a point in your life where what's up, Yuri? Good to see you. I'm actually I'm on Swami Beach right now, if you want to come join me. But if you can remove yourself from your story and focus on what's actually happening, like going back to your childhood and going back to a time in your life where something happened, and then you created a story around what happened, and now that story runs you for the rest of your life. There was one lady at Landmark that actually got involved in a terrorist attack, and what actually happened was terrible, but she created this whole story in her mind that has run the rest of her life and caused her to just be so reclusive. And she realized, holy shit, I have been telling this story my whole life, and she had a massive breakthrough. So going to Landmark was fucking awesome. I don't know how I got on that topic. What's up, Jasmine, Lewis, Rita? Guys, good to see you. But that kind of goes into like everything is the mental game. John, good to see you, man. It's not really what we do in our business. It's how we treat ourselves as a person and doing the right things as a person. And doing the healthy things and focusing on thriving more than coping, and identifying in your life, am I doing a thriving activity or am I doing a coping activity? For me, like when I was back in Chicago, I was doing a lot of coping activities. I was drinking a lot. I was hanging out with the wrong crowd. I was watching a lot of Netflix, just coping with my emotions. And when I started thinking about, okay, what do I actually need to do to thrive? I need to work out. I need to stop drinking. I need to eat the right foods. And when that all came together, I got this massive fucking momentum, and to like actually, I set a goal to actually lose 20 pounds and stop drinking in 90 days. And when I did that, and I looked down on the scale at the YMCA 60 days later, and I had lost 20 pounds, something clicked in my brain in that moment where I was like, holy fuck, I can do anything. If that had not happened, if I had not made the decision to set that goal and to hit that goal and stop at nothing to hit that goal, I would not be at where I'm at in life right now. It really starts with small wins and like just honoring where you're at in life. And don't look at like, oh, I want a $2 million business if you haven't produced a result yet. Like, I needed to set a goal and I needed to accomplish that goal and stop at nothing to accomplish that goal. Because if I accomplish that one goal, yeah, I can accomplish any goal. But you can't say, I want to hit $2 million in my business if you haven't produced a result and you're shooting for this goal that is just way out of your reach that you will not be able to do for years and years and years. But if you pick a goal that you can do in 90 days and fucking crush that goal, it will cause you to have so much momentum in your life that you just need to set that fucking goal and stop at nothing to set that goal. Set something in 90 days to hit, and if you hit it, you will have this ripple effect that will change the rest of your fucking life. It started with just losing 20 pounds in 90 days and stop drinking that changed my whole entire fucking life. And I couldn't be happier in life right now with the most amazing girlfriend, being in Encinitas on this beach, living right on the water. I know you can't see shit right now. What's up, bud? What's up, Courtney? Napoleon. But, amazing girlfriend. I live right on the water. I work with my best friends, with Jeff Miller, with Brad Newman, some of the best guys in the industry. And Jared Steffes, like just the most, and Grant Eatzler, and how did I forget his name? God damn, my sales guy. I'm so fucking swamped today. Illertson, fuck. But it's amazing. Everybody that I'm working with, my girlfriend, where I'm living right now, I could not be happier in my life. And it really started with that 90-day goal, just stopping at nothing to find happiness and find it within myself and then find it outside of myself. It's crazy. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about right now. If you guys have any questions on this journey or this month even, just post them down below. I'll get them answered. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, guys. Yeah, this month has been great. I think the three biggest things that I implemented in my business that made this month the best month in terms of revenue and profit so far was hiring Grant, hiring an amazing sales guy, because I just love putting the puzzle pieces together and coaching. Like, that's where I thrive. So I got the sales calls off my plate. Grant's doing those now, and then that opened up so much time and headspace for me. And then implementing a not super high ticket, like it's high ticket. It's a year-long mastermind. It's high ticket, and Rob Quinn got his money back. It's not high ticket enough because Rob Quinn got his money back in 2 weeks. Of a year-long program, so that price is going up. But implementing that, where we're getting MRR in our business, monthly reoccurring revenue, and then what's another big one? Oh, nailing down a messenger strategy, man. Like, where the industry is going, where marketing is going, is high touch, high intimacy. People are getting, like, I had a conversation with Avery Ford today. It was so enlightening. It was so awesome. And I actually hired him too. But he talked about how people are getting too smart. Like, all these people that are running ads, like, they may be making more money, but their profit margins are going way down because they're just spending more in ads. And like Jeff Walker, like Sam Ovens, like, they may be making more money in revenue, but their profit margins is going down from the ads because people are getting too smart. Like, they're tired of sales funnels. They're tired of webinars. They care about the high touch, high intimacy. like being talked to like a fucking human. Like, be real, be authentic, and talk to your clients and your potential clients like fucking humans, face to face, in Messenger, when you're writing your copy. Don't dumb it down and like just put a sales funnel in front of them, or just a webinar. So yeah, that's where the industry is going. People are getting too smart, and Avery Ford, that conversation with Avery Ford was fucking awesome today. But crazy month, awesome month. Hosted a mastermind, did a little over 6 figures in 2 days in contracts at the mastermind. People were at the mastermind, people got massive breakthroughs. Some people did 5K launches. Some people did 10K launches. Jim's on here. He did a launch. I don't know how much you did, buddy, but if you could put it down there, that would be awesome. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions, I'll answer them right now. But it was just, life is so fucking good right now. Where did you find your sales guy? He reached out to me. No, Brad Newman had an interview with him, and I was like, I jive with this guy. I like him. And I gave him some value. I think I gave him like a messenger script or something, and then we got to chatting, and he was like, oh, I like you. And I like the vision of your business. Then he was like, hey, let's work together. So we tested it out. We tested the waters. I gave him a few sales calls to handle, and he just crushed it. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. Commission base. Awesome. But he was really compelled by the vision. If you have a good vision for your business, you will attract top quality employees. How'd you find Grant? Yeah, same thing. That's so badass. Why are you so sexy and beautiful, bro? Jim, you are. Thanks, buddy. I really want to learn more about this. John, send me a PM. We'll talk about it. We'll see if you're a good fit for one of the programs, and if you really want to join, and if it's a good fit for you, we could definitely join. Devesh, congrats, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for investing in yourself. I know you had a call with Grant that didn't pan out. We would have produced awesome results in Authority Accelerator, but I'm just glad that you found something that you're super excited about, possibly doing a TED Talk and learning how to do that. So, Devesh, I'm super stoked. One thing that I've really found is like, you do sales for people, not to people. When people invest in themselves, they're investing in themselves. And if they do it at like something they're excited about, somebody that they trust, if they do it at a high price point, they take action and they get results. So I wish you could have joined Authority Accelerator, but I'm glad that you invested in yourself, brother. Andrew, rules of business, have great offers that actually get results for most people, not just a few. Hell yeah, huge, genuinely care about your clients. Create great content, number 2, and be a good human. Thank you so much, man. Much love, brother. Yes, sales for people, not to people. Brad, what's up, brother? I'm coming back to the house. I hope you're there. I want to hang out a little bit. I got a lot of energy tonight. It's been a crazy journey, guys. To be honest and transparent with you guys, I went through burnout and breakdown last year. I was just hustling so fucking hard to get stuff off the ground. And I didn't have the best mentors last year. I've been getting better coaches and better mentors as time goes on, and being able to spot the real ones and shoo away the fake ones. But I drove myself into a hole. I was drinking too much coffee. I was traveling too much. I wasn't going to the gym enough. I was grinding away, and I think I needed to go through that. I needed to fucking hustle my face off to get where I'm at right now because I learned so much from taking that much action, even though I burned out for a month. I slept on, like, I was just on my friend's couch, Steph Zines. I was on her couch for a whole month just reading books. I think I posted in my Facebook group like 4 times. I stopped drinking caffeine. I went to a Buddhist monastery to find myself. Just some crazy fucking shit that went through. Like, when you break down, you're about to experience a breakthrough. The only thing that precedes a breakdown is a breakthrough. And I needed to go through that shit to get where I'm at now. And it's not the fucking end. I know there are going to be breakdowns in my future, but I'm kind of excited for them now. Because now I know what comes out of them. But yeah, I hope that gives you guys inspiration to keep going when you're going through burnout and breakdown. I was there for 2 months last year, hating life. Yeah, but it's so fucking good now. So good. Kidman saying sales for people, not to people. Perfectly put. It's funny when you hang out with like a bunch of high level people, they whip out like the best quotes ever. And then those quotes kind of just flow through you instead of you forcing them and thinking, oh, how can I put this quote in this situation? Where you just hang out with fucking awesome people and you invest to go to their masterminds or their conventions or anything like that. Like, you start to pick up like what they say and it starts to flow through you. And I try to like give people acknowledgement for their quotes when I know who said it, but half the time I forget who said it. But I did not make that up. Like, that came from somebody else. What's up, Austin? Hope you closed that deal, man. Watching your journey unfold has been quite the ride. I'm so proud of you. Ivy, I'm so proud of you. Like, holy shit, when we do like crazy, irrational things that make no sense, like giving up all security and quitting your job, and then we go out on our own and we find out we have so much more fucking power than we think we have. And it really, we show up, we step the fuck up when we have to. And I want to commend you, Ivy, for when shit went down last year. There was a lot of craziness, and I think it only took you a month or 2 to get to your first 10K month ever. So do crazy, irrational things, and some amazing things will come out of it. And one thing I want to add to that, like, I got to speak at Congruent Coach Live. It was like my first big speaking event in front of 150 people. Shout out to Alex Moscow for inviting me. But it changed me as a human being. Like, I'm not used to talking to a whole bunch of people on stage, but once I did it and I saw people's reactions in the crowd when I was up on stage, when I got off that stage, I was not the same fucking person. I did something that I'm not used to. I think that's what entrepreneurs are really good at, putting themselves in situations that they're not used to being in those situations, and then they level the fuck up. Like, when you're working a 9-to-5 job, you're doing the same thing over and over and over. When you're stuck at a plateau in your business, it's because you're doing the same thing over and over and over. Shake things up and do something completely different. If you're at a plateau in your business, JV more. Hire an A player. Do something to shake something up in your business so you can get through that plateau. But yeah, I hope that helps. Kidman says, wait, coffee is whole. I've been doing it all wrong with booze. Yeah, I gave up booze. 330 days now, something like that. It wasn't that I had a problem. It was, I found so much more happiness without it. Like genuine happiness, and not thinking like, oh, when am I going to go out with my friends? It's like kind of, I feel more in the moment and happy at all times now. There are times when I get sad. There are times where I feel burnt out, but there's just this general feeling of happiness at all times now. It's pretty cool. And I want to remind you guys, if you don't know my story already, I was depressed as fuck for 5 years. I was on Wellibutrin, I was on Prozac, I was drinking too much, I had shitty friends. I had shitty friends because I attracted shitty friends, because I didn't like myself as a human being. And this went on for 5 years. I was doing the same fucking thing, drinking every weekend and working the same fucking job. And I knew I had so much more potential. And as soon as I started identifying, like, where am I coping in life and where am I thriving in life, I need to do more of the thriving stuff. I need to go to the gym more. I need to stop drinking, like all of that stuff. That's when things ultimately started to change. It didn't happen overnight, but there was a gradual change. JC, I fucking love your face, homegirl. I'm going to be back in Cleveland in next week. So if you're still there, let me know. Austin, congrats, my man. Super deserving of the milestone. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Blake says, take my money again. I'm so fucking excited to start with Blake. Anybody that has a list, if you have a list and you just put your people in a Facebook group, you can nurture the hell out of them, give them so much value, and then drop an offer in front of them that's good for them. Holy crap. You can make so much money and so much impact. So Blake, that's what I'm really looking forward to with you, brother. Rebecca, much love. Thank you so much for the congrats. Ivy, I needed to hear that. I was having a rough day. Thank you for the reminder. Ivy, you're fucking powerful. You're amazing at what you do. Keep it up. John said, your story is inspirational. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Dude, so nuts. I like never thought I'd be here. And like my vision now is to connect people. Like the mission, the purpose of my business, Tribe of Buyers, is to connect people. Because when I was first starting out as an entrepreneur, I started with an advertising agency and I went all in on my advertising agency. I quit my job, I quit drinking, I moved back in with my parents, and I was so fucking lonely. But I had a vision. I wanted to create something for myself. I lost that weight, I had a bunch of momentum, and I was like, I need to create something for myself. And I was inspired, but I was lonely. I was in my parents' basement building this business, and I remember just like being at the computer being like, where are my friends? Where the fuck are my friends at? And it wasn't until I started interacting in Facebook groups more where I found Jeff Miller, I found Mackenzie Lieberman, I found Jordan Parker, and like people that have become the most amazing friends and like most inspirational people in my life. And that wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Facebook groups, if it wasn't for communities online. And that's what I really want to give back to people, is I want to help people create these mission-driven communities where people can connect and find purpose. And in addition to that, I'm starting to do in-person events. So we're hosting an event in October that is focused on helping you build your own tribe online so you can bring them in person. So the second half to my business that I'm building out this year and going into next year, that's going to be a big focus, is in-person events. So connecting online and then connecting in person. And just like, people are what make life worth living. If you can find those people that you resonate with, that you want to grind with, that you want to know more about, like, that is what ultimately makes life. And that's really what I want to that's really what I want to give back to the world. So it's super awesome. And like, didn't have this vision like 6 months ago, and it comes to you slowly over time the more action that you take. But it's really cool, and I'm super excited for it. Khan, thanks so much, man. Kimmin, in all honesty, if I was your thought process with booze, that is a form of alcoholism. I drink, but I have a drink or two or a glass of wine with dinner. I get wild maybe once every 2 or 3 months. Yeah, The thing with my opinion on alcohol is like, it's cool every once in a while. I wouldn't do it every week or every 2 weeks. Like having a drink every month or a few drinks every month, that's cool. Like what drugs are for, and caffeine's a drug, alcohol is a drug. These things that alter our state of consciousness are on this planet to shift our state of consciousness. But we have a set state of consciousness that we need to nurture, that we need to take care of. So when you remove any type of drug from your system, you get closer to who you actually are. And if you feel pain when you're taking these things away, that's okay. Like, that is who you actually are. Now, I highly recommend taking everything away for a period of time so you can connect more with yourself. And then if you need the shift, that's when you drink. That's when you I drink a little bit more coffee than I should, to be completely honest and transparent. But that's when you do drugs. That's when you take a drug to shift that consciousness to make you think from a different perspective. If you're doing it all the time though, you never really get to connect to yourself, who you truly are. Like when I quit caffeine, I hated myself for 3 months. It fucking sucked. And like I was tired all the time. And then like around the 3-month marker, everything shifted. And I felt way more in tune with myself. I felt more calm. I felt things a lot more. It's fucking insane. But yeah, that's one shift that I had like this year was like, drugs are there to shift our consciousness. They're not there to be used all the time. Like you need to take them out to get closer to yourself and who you are. And if another thing that changed my life, breath work has been fucking amazing. If you guys don't do breath work, highly recommend it. Check out Wim Hof online. If you do in-person breath work, it's even more powerful with other people in the room. And the closest experience that you'll get to breath work is LSD. So you can naturally get this high from just breathing. And I thought it was bullshit, like going into it. Like the first time I did it, I'm like, what is this? First 2 times I didn't really feel this huge effect. The third time I did it, like my body started shaking. And I was like, what is this feeling? And I just felt so much more connected to everything around me. It was insane. Abraham Hiesler actually led a breathwork session at my latest mastermind. And people were crying. People got connected to their purpose. People like figured shit out about themselves. And if you guys aren't doing breathwork, I highly, highly recommend it. It's incredible. Let me know if you guys are doing breathwork. But yeah. Any more questions, whip them out. I'm gonna head back soon, but this has been such an amazing night. Thank you for everybody that's on the live right now. Just listening to me. It's cool that people are down to just chill out at 12 o'clock at night, or it's probably 11, wherever you are. But yeah, it's awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. Drop a link to breathwork. Should I YouTube it? Yes. Wim Hof, W-I-M-H-O-F. Do it. So wake up in the morning, don't eat anything. You can have a small glass of water, but dive into 15 minutes of breath work with Wim Hof, and you'll be mind blown. When do you do breath work? Yeah, David, so morning, before you eat anything, because if you have something in your stomach, you can have a little bit different of an experience. Another thing that I did was a 72-hour fast. If you guys haven't done it, the first time sucks, but it's so challenging. It changes you as a human being. Like when you actually hit your goals, that's probably the best way to hit your next goal. If like you feel like you haven't hit a goal in a while, do a 72-hour fast. Like look up the right way to do it. I followed Tim Ferriss's protocol, but you will feel like a different person out of it. Another pro tip, don't eat a lot out of your 72-hour fast. Like slowly ease into it. But if you're having trouble hitting your goals, do something small. It's like 72-hour fast. 90-day goals are great. If you do a fitness goal, like you change how you look as a person. So you look in the mirror and you're like, fuck, I'm a new person. And that changes your mindset, that changes your brain. But it's all about hitting goals, you guys. Like now we have in my business, we have quarterly goals, we have monthly goals, we have weekly goals, and we have daily goals. And we have something to shoot for. I would start with if you haven't set your business goals yet, start with a revenue goal. Start with a revenue goal, how much you want in a year. Break that down to how much you need in a month. Break that down into how much you need in a week, how much you need in a day. And if you're under $250,000 a year, then you should focus 80% of your time on sales and marketing. So make sure you have a badass, like, systemized process built out for whatever you're doing, but you should be focused 80% of your time on sales and marketing. I talked to somebody today that was just so focused about getting her legal stuff set up, which is important, but she was making sure all her fucking ducks were in a row, and she was spending all of her time on legal stuff. And when you're starting your business, like, you need to protect yourself, but you don't have anything to protect yourself from right now. So focus on getting sales in the door. Focus on getting customers in the door. Pro tip. If you're struggling, we're kind of going all over the place. But if you're struggling getting customers in the door, do free 30-minute sessions with people that might be clients and say, hey, I'm not going to sell you anything on the call. I just want to provide you value. Give them a 30-minute session helping them with anything and everything. Record it, send it to them, and at the end of the call, this is fucking gold. At the end of the call, ask for a testimonial. Say, hey, if you got value out of this call, do you mind providing me a testimonial? Hell yeah, awesome. Yeah, I loved it. Cool, you get a testimonial out of that. You can use that testimonial to sell your services or your programs. And then on top of that, you should seed the sale. So either say, hey, actually, I'm launching this new service in a week, or I'm launching this new program in 2 weeks, or anything like that. And then say, would you be interested in exploring what that looks like on another call? You're seeding the sale. And if they just got value, they're hyped up on you, and you say you're launching it in a week or 2 weeks, and hey, do you want to explore that? Get on another call, and then they know they're going into a sales call. And if they say, yeah, I'm in right now on that call that you said, hey, it's just free value, then you say, in authenticity, like to make sure I'm in integrity, let's do another call. I told you I wasn't going to sell you anything on this call, so let's do another call and we'll go through the process. And that way, that person will respect the fuck out of you. And in addition to that, you are onboarding them in the right way, because in your sales calls, you should be figuring out what their real problems, their real challenges are, and what their goals actually are. And you need to be on a sales call to do that. So don't just let those people pay you money. Like, figure out what their problems and their challenges and what their goals actually are, and they will be an awesome client. If you just take them in that 30-minute strategy call, they will not be a good client. You'd be out of integrity, saying that you weren't going to sell anything on the call, and you didn't onboard them the right way. You didn't get on the sales call with them. But that's my golden nugget for the night. Charlie Price, what's up, brother? Glad you're enjoying it. Holly Flick, sorry you showed up late. Much love, though. Yeah, I'm going to leave this up. I didn't think I was going to leave this up. But I really enjoyed this live, even in the dark. Thanks so much, Holly. Yeah, if you guys have any final questions, anything on life or diets, don't do diet. Diet hasn't been fantastic. or business. I love business, structuring businesses, systems, programs, anything like that. One thing I want to add too is don't do too much stuff that you don't enjoy. When I was starting out trying to figure shit out, I thought I had to meditate every morning. I thought I had to journal every night. I thought I had to, I thought I had to do all this random shit that I wasn't actually enjoying. Because I was told by Tim Ferriss I need to do this, or I was told by whatever influencer that I needed to do that. And I didn't actually fucking enjoy it. It wasn't until I stopped doing that shit that I didn't actually enjoy, and I realized I feel a lot of joy when I play pickup basketball. That I went to the basketball courts and played more pickup basketball, and I got into more flow and I was happier with myself. Figure out what actually brings you joy and do more of that stuff. Like, tap into your body and be like, damn, I feel good right now. I need to do more of this. If it's going to the beach, go to the beach more. If it's going to work out, go work out more. If it's playing basketball, go play basketball. If it's having a conversation with your dad, have a conversation with your dad more. Don't focus too much shit on like what other people are telling you to do. Tap into like how you're actually feeling in those moments of joy and do more of that. Yeah. So I hope that was helpful. Ooh, Holly. One thing you would have done different from the start. I would have gotten more in tune with myself more at the beginning. I was a slimy fucking sales guy when I started out. You can go back to my old like launch posts. Like, I hate looking at that copy because it was so slimy and marketing and like these words that I never use anymore, these buzzwords. Like, I would have focused internally more instead of getting people to buy and getting people to like me. Like, definitely focus more on the internal and being more confident with myself than using like slimy tactics. Because I look back and I fucking cringe. And like the way that I sell now and the people that like I attract into my life now are so much better than a year ago, than a year and a half ago. So that and focusing on building a real business. Like, it's been this year where I've really focused on systems and operations. Get Scaling Up. The book Scaling Up, that's really taught me how to create a legit business. So systems, like a hiring system, an onboarding system, a data system, like all this shit that I didn't know I needed in my business that nobody fucking talks about online, that I've now implemented on my business, and I'm 20 times happier because my clients are getting more results, I'm loving who I'm working with, and I'm more removed from the day-to-day menial tasks. So treating it like a legitimate business and not just marketing. And how you're gonna get from 0 to 6 figures is by hustle. How you're gonna go from 6 figures to 7 figures is systems and operations and having a bomb fucking product. So definitely being less slimy and salesy and all that shit, and creating a legitimate business instead of just marketing. Hope that helps. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was, Holly, or anybody that took something away from that. It really helps me like create better content that resonates with people. What's up, Nikos? Good to see you, buddy. Rob said on the beach in the UK. Since I moved to the beach and since I moved to San Diego, I've been so happy. Like perfect weather all the time. I used to live in Ohio my first 25 years of life, and I would always go through seasonal depression. And like when winter would come around, I would be like, just grumpy. Never grumpy here. Like always happy. And I think it has a big thing to do with the weather and the people. John, thank you so much, man. Yes, Holly, Scaling Up. That book is fire. What's your tips on having a bomb fucking product? Care about your clients. Don't focus too much on shit that doesn't matter. Read The Coaching Habit. That will give you 7 questions to ask, like managers, employees, your clients. Read The Coaching Habit. It's so fucking good. Because after I read that, I took those 7 questions and I went on a coaching call and I asked those 7 questions and I shut the fuck up. I didn't prescribe. I didn't tell them like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. I shut the fuck up. I let them answer those 7 questions. I wrote down the answers to those 7 questions. And then after I asked those, I had perfect clarity on what the actual problem was and what we actually needed to solve. Before reading that book, I thought I was a really good coach, but I realized I was prescribing too early. So like we also do this in sales. Like ask those questions that you need to ask to figure out the real problems and shut the fuck up, let them talk, and then prescribe. So those 7 questions from The Coaching Habit were fire.